Thinking of the people who would love to live on an island, forgetting what you put off yesterday. Think of all the people who would love to live on an island, pack a dream and throw the rest away. Read all the books that I saved in the wreck, the lists of my friends so I'd never forget. I'm on this island with a vision of you, try and keep busy but there's nothing to do, cause I'm thinking of the people who would love to live on an island, forgetting what you put off yesterday. Think of all the people who would love to live on an island, pack a dream and throw the rest away. On the horizon of the ship I can see people arriving to rescue me, standing at the bow, waving a flag, shouting, how does it feel, how does it feel? Whoa, yo, love to live on an island, getting what you put off yesterday. Think of all the people who would love to live on an island, pack a dream and throw the rest away. This is your bit. Think of all the people who would love to live on an island, getting what you put off yesterday. Think of all the people who would love to live on an island, pack a dream and throw the rest away. Pack a dream and throw the rest away. Walk up the beach and say dinner is served. Kids have been calling, surely you've heard. I'll wait till they're sleeping and you are in bed. Then I'll return to my island in the Newport News. Sacrifice for bells, the sun is down. Everybody's talking about somebody, giving them something that's easy to swallow. How about love? 94.8 BRMB.
Tonight on BRMB Radio, Terry and Gerry back in the studio. From Lubbock to Clintwood East. What on earth inspired you to come up with that as an album title? Sue?
Lubbock's Buddy Holly's birthplace. And
Lubbock, Texas is a long way from Birmingham.
Well, it was all to do with the film where they all say, let's get the hell back to Lubbock. And we spend all our time trying to get back to Birmingham. So that's
our nickname for Birmingham, you see. And Clintwood East is an imaginary suburb of Birmingham where people with videos live.
Are Terry and Gerry ever going to move to London and get Flash?
You can always go to London and come back again. It's not far away, it's only 2.5 hours away. Our inspirations around here, these are where our roots are, and they inspire us, and that's where we're from and we're a part of our community.
Boys from Birmingham, rehoused to the new estates. Oh yeah. The Lord man smiled to welcome boys. You made it to the Golden Gate. Take a walk any day. Faces change, but the people stay the same. They stay the same. Next year, last year. Now here's a twist. There's 1,000 towns in the USA. Just like this.
The new single here to plug, Reservation. Who's going to talk about it? Gerard, come on.
Very much. Yes. It's very similar to the other songs in the set, where it's the imposition of someone's culture onto another culture. God, sounds really pretentious.
Oh.
And about how the Americans changed the culture of the Red Indians to fit in with what their idea of America was, and how Americans do the same to Europe and the rest of the world do.
And the daughters how to build with stone. They marched us in the desert and gave us all a brand new home. Dressed us up in suits so we'd understand the things they say. They showed us in the Bible that we'd all deserve what we would get. Living on a reservation. Living on a reservation. Living on a reservation. I'm on a reservation. Now the breeze is falling and the guilt is in the past. Look across the guns and the need a loving way. We accept the invitation to run on the reservation. Living on a reservation. Living on a reservation. Living on a reservation. On a reservation.
At the inquest heard today how a 16-year-old girl fell to her death from a tower block as she tried to escape a kidnapped gang who planned to force her into a life of prostitution in London. Firemen have come under attack in Handsworth tonight as they tried to tackle a blaze at the Villa Cross Bingo Hall. The bad weather is being blamed for disappointing unemployment figures across the country. The jobless total fell by 13,000 to just over 3 million. In the West Midlands, there's been a drop of nearly 2,000. This means 1 in every 6 people in the region is now on the dole. Here in the news, it's now 7 minutes past 10.
On a reservation.
Union officials claimed police smashed the windscreens of several cars at Thorsby and dragged the miners out.
Trying not to get arrested on a picket line. The ride sits away by the boys in blue. Say we are reds, but it just ain't true. Say we are reds, but it just ain't true. Darn little sister is hungry again, but there isn't any work for his working men. Strike goes on, don't know what I'm gonna do. Union dues got the.
Do you not find interesting that every single Terry and Gerry song has an angle, a story?
They're about individuals or a very small idea that has lots of connotations. If you go and point out one single person, you can suggest quite a lot of things. You can suggest other people's lifestyles and mirror them in one song.
She's got a picture, he hasn't got his autograph. He's in the movies, he only does it for a laugh. He's good and bad and very strong. So read the paper, let's make an all news. With a model sunning in Santa Cruz, he makes her feel that she belongs. Yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yo-ho. He got the white horse, he got the girl. He's sitting pretty on top of a hill. She is the girl who's watching the world from the Odeon Leicester Square. They're riding up to her room, they're riding up to Ilfracombe. She says that you're the girl for me. Go and make some beans and coffee. Yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yay-ho. He got the white horse, he got the girl. He's sitting pretty on top of a hill. She is the girl who's watching the world from the Odeon in Leicester Square. She is the girl who's watching the world from the Odeon in Leicester Square.
One of your biggest successes so far has been Clothes Shop Clothes. Very, very successful song. You can hardly say that that's got a particular bent to it. That's just people who work in shops. Am I right?
Well, it seems to be about people that blindly follow fashion, and what happens to them is they become consumers, and we're taking the mickey out of the blindly following consumers, really.
Clothes Shop Clothes is about people like that, people who only talk to people who wear the same clothes as them, or go to the same shops as them, or drink the same cocktails with little things on them, you know, like umbrellas and all that. I don't think it's right when people automatically throw something in the bin without giving it a fair chance, just because of the way it's wrapped up, the clothes people are wearing, or the music itself.
But you have to accept that the way you are is also part of the packaging as far as the audience is concerned.
They're literally our work clothes. We go to work in them. And we would think people have to be a bit... they'd have to have dubious taste to copy our clothes, I think.
They have to be loonies as well.
Alright, I don't want to be responsible, respectable and clean. I just want to be myself and not just part of the machine. I don't want to be in the army or to be an English rose. I just want to talk about myself and my good taste in clothes. Na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na. I've got all the right makeup and I've got all the right stuff. I'm looking in the mirror and I'm feeling slightly rough. I found myself a nightclub, it's alternative and free, but every single person there has gone and copied me. Na 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 na, 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 na na na. When the sun goes down, on the old King's Road, and the clothes shop's closed, and the folks go home. When you're all alone on the old
Old Kings Road. Everybody, when the sun goes down, on the Old Kings Road, and the clothes shops close, and the folks go home. We're all alone on the Old Kings Road. Na 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 na, na 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 na, yeah. Na 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 na, yeah. Na 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 na, yeah. When the sun goes down on the Old Kings Road, and the clothes shops close, and the folks go home. When the sun goes down on the Old Kings Road, and the clothes shops close, and the folks go home. Machine. I love the yarn and an English road. I just want to talk about myself and my things close when you're all alone on the Old Kings Road. When you're all alone on the Old Kings Road. When you're all alone on the Old Kings Road.
I don't want to get into a position where you're preaching to the converted, where people come along because they agree with the same politics that you've got and they like singing along. I mean, we've had some really nasty people come to our concerts, some sort of National Front people. They come along thinking that it's going to be a good jolly oi night out, whatever, and they soon realise that this isn't really for them just as well. I'd rather they came along and maybe some of it got through to them than they didn't come along at all.
I know a man, he's up there in the sky, a people's man, he keeps a watchful eye. I know he's watching all us little lambs, doing everything he possibly can. Kennedy said, love thy neighbor. Kennedy said, no bad behavior. Kennedy said, to reap you must labor. Kennedy said, I am your savior. Kennedy said, what's the point of teaching you when the writing's on the wall? What's the point of dying for you when nothing's changed at all? It was a sad day when they blew our John away, and Mr. Ruby had to make Lee Harvey pay. Where is Cuba anyway, where the fun came to a halt? And the Bay of Pigs, well, John, it's really not your fault. Kennedy said, love thy neighbor. Kennedy said, no bad behavior. Kennedy said, to reap you must labor. Kennedy said, I am your savior. Kennedy said, what's the point of teaching you when you don't give a damn? What's the point of dying for you when I am just a man? Kennedy said, love thy neighbor. Kennedy said, no bad behavior. Kennedy said, to reap you must labor. Kennedy said, I am your savior. Kennedy said, what's the point of dying here when the writing's on the wall? What's the point of living here when nothing's changed at all? Kennedy said, whoa, Kennedy said, Kennedy said, whoa, Kennedy said, whoa, Kennedy said, whoa, Kennedy said.
Last Bullet in the Gun. Very uneasy song to talk about.
It's a very uneasy subject. Last Bullet in the Gun. What we did was we did a song about the sort of like right-wing conservative government in Britain and how it's the last bullet, how you get more and more conservative until you can't get any more right-wing. whole point of Last Bullet in the Gun is that it is the last possible thing that can happen. When it hits you sort of personally, when you have to go for an operation, or when you are out of work, or when you're trying to get a new job, or when you're trying to get a pension, then you think that's the limit. You know, that's when you've been standing up for something for so long, and then all of a sudden it sort of like turns around and stabs you in the back.
They're winning up there this way. Been down, boys.
The body of a Birmingham businessman has been discovered in the bedroom of a hotel in the city centre. It's thought the man, who hasn't yet been named, had gunshot wounds. Police say he'd been depressed for some time after his business folded. There are no suspicious circumstances, and detectives say they're not looking for anyone else in connection with the man's death.
I wish I was back in England, good old England, where the sun's shining every day, where the facts is swept under the carpet, whenever mistakes are made. Keep yourself to yourself, don't ask questions. Don't ask questions. Get paired up as soon as you can. Teach your kids to respect all the soldiers. All of the soldiers. And remember to stand by your man. Just remember that you are the fortunate one. So lie back and enjoy the last bullet in the gun. But remember that while they are sleeping, we'll come a-stealing, and we'll crawl from under their beds, and we'll kick them back into the pages, and we'll laugh at the things that they said. Just remember that you are the fortunate one. So lie back and enjoy the last bullet in the gun. Back these spaces, oh, back these spaces, oh, back these spaces, oh, back these spaces, oh, back these spaces, Missy go, up and down the street, waiting for my ship to come in, but I arrive to the ports too damn late.
We're on a company that allows us to choose the records we release, the artwork, and to a certain extent when they are released. I don't think you get that sort of freedom with a major record company. Also, I think we're, despite the fact that maybe the Reservation, the new single, is more commercial, I think we're still very much left field as far as the major record companies are concerned. Also, we've got wrinkles. You see that window up there? You see that woman? That's my girlfriend. That's not my house. That's my girlfriend.
Everybody knows it Tumblr's time. When Well, it wouldn't do to wonder too much why. I sure loved you one time and I'll miss for a long time. Bye-bye. I know what we're doing is right. I'm gonna let you go without a fight. So right now I'll be trying, I'll be trying, I'll be trying. Guess there's no use in it anyway. So I'll shuffle in my shoes and wend my way. Well, I sure loved you one time and I'll miss for a long time. Bye-bye. Well, I sure loved you one time and I'll miss you for a long time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Yeah.
Where to now then?
Let's get the hell back to Lubbock.
Take one, any day. Space has changed, but the people stay the same. Next year, last year, now here's a twist. There's 1,000 towns in the USA, just like this. One more time, there's 1,000 towns in the USA, just like this.
We write the songs in our little house and play them, and I think that's...
Would it be true, you think, Gerry, to say the first thing we do or seek to do is to entertain people?
Yes.
And because we do that, it gives us a platform to get away with our own ideas and points of view and stories. But the first thing is to entertain, otherwise nobody's going to listen anyway.
To entertain people and ourselves, and the only way we can entertain ourselves is by singing about things that we really believe in.
We do what we do, and if the public choose to see us, we'll be very grateful. But if they don't, we'll just carry on the same, I suppose.
1, 2, 154.
The newspapers holler the fall of the dollar. It's just been one of those years. The summer streets are far too hot. The governor has just been shot on 4th Street. You can hear the young folks cheer. Troops that were once approved were swift and suddenly removed. Soldiers marched into the square. We've come, they said, to break some heads today. You'd wish you'd stayed in bed. Oh God, I wish I had not been there. Let's take the truth out of politics. It's not as if there is any there. Let's take the best out of hypocrites and love and where everything is fair. I think I found a fun solution. Board game revolution. Change the laws, the throw of a dice. You wouldn't need to dish the dirt, and all the bloodshed would not hurt. And anarchy is cheap at right price. Assassinations would be out, so would the bomb, no doubt. Maybe we could abolish war.
Hooray, hooray, hooray.
Pretty soon they'll market it, and then they'll sell it to your kids. This revolution on a charge account. Let's take the truth out of politics. It's not as if there is any there. Let's take the best out of hypocrites and love and where everything is there. I'm watching the news, I'm feeling confused. I just can't believe what's going on. When the chips are down, will you hang around for the armchair terrorist song? For the armchair terrorist